How long have you been in the castle?
Oh, I think about 6 years. I moved in while it was still being done up.
Right.
The last year that it was being done up, I was here. I pretty much spent most of my time in it upstairs because my builder Carlisle, who, if you've seen the show that ITV did, The Lady and the Castle, a show on doing it up, and Carlisle features in it. And Carlisle rang me up one day and he said, Lady C, you've really got to come down and you've got to start to show your face more because they're starting to make a poppy show of it, is how he put it. And, we need you here so that the work will be done. So I came down. There was one lavatory upstairs and one downstairs, one shower. A minimum of 15 men here on a daily basis, most of whom slept upstairs, and sometimes up to 50 on a daily basis. They didn't sleep here. But do you know, not once in the year and a bit that I was here with them did I have to say to anybody, oh, the loo's dirty, or they were so wonderful, so respectful. And we also, it was, a lot of them were Jamaican, and I'm Jamaican. And, it was wonderful to see the spirit of community that kicked in. One of the guys is a very good cook. So everybody would put in, I think it was about 10 or 15 pounds a week. And then Noel would cook dinner, fabulous Jamaican dinners. Every night, just the most wonderful Jamaican food. And everybody would eat together. I didn't eat with them because I eat later than them. They would eat at about 6:30 or 7:30. I don't eat until about 8:30 or 9. But I wouldn't have eaten with them in any event because I didn't want to put a damper on their, if I'm there, they have to be a little bit too respectful. So I didn't want that. But they were, they'd eat together and you could hear sometimes the slapping down of the dominoes after dinner, and lovely, lovely, wonderful, wonderful vibe, a community. And it was marvelous till the last 3 months when we really had to put on the pressure to get the job done. Then the inner Megan came out.
They didn't want the job to end, apparently.
Well, Carlisle was worried that it would never end if the pressure wasn't put on.
Yeah.
But no, it was by and large a very happy project. A lot of work, though.
And it's a private castle, but you did say people can have weddings here. Is that the case?
Yes, people can have weddings here, corporate events, that sort of thing. It's a venue.
So is there a website then for Castle Goring that people can book those through?
Thank you. Yes, castlegoring.com.
Yeah. And how many books have you written?
Oh, about 12, 13 or 14. I don't really remember. Oh, and I've written 2 that I didn't publish. So that would be 2 more. I think I don't remember. It's about 13 or 14.
And are they all on subjects royal or other matters?
No. My very first book was called The Substance and the Shadow. It was a book of philosophy. My next book was Lady Colin Campbell's Guide to Being a Modern Lady, which was a book on etiquette, published in 86, written in 85. It got great reviews. I was so surprised. I thought nobody's going to be interested in it, and if they are, they're going to knife me to death because of the subject. But no, I got a half a page in The Guardian. Can you believe it? I thought, wow. Then so those were nothing. Then I wrote Down in Private in 92, The Royal Marriages in 93, my autobiography in 97, called, what is it called again? A Life Worth Living. Then The Real Diana, 1998. And then 2004, I updated it for the British edition. Then, I don't know, several books. I've written books on the Queen's marriage, Meghan and Harry. And a book that's really interesting, that interestingly enough has been a slow but steady seller, has been People of Colour and the Royals. Because what people don't realize is the royal family have mixed race blood, as indeed did Diana, separately from them. And so I wrote a book called The People of Colour and the Royals, which was really interesting because I'm Jamaican and I come from a multicultural, multinational, multicolored society. And, I'm the age that I've seen, because Jamaica in the 50s was at the forefront of race relations, hence Jamaica Farewell and all that stuff. The film, which you most likely haven't heard of. Harry Belafonte, huge film in the 50s, all about an interracial relationship, which was, but in Jamaica, that sort of thing happened all the time. So, and I've written, but some books, one book that I wrote two books that were definitely nothing to do with the royals as well. One was called Empress Bianca, which was about a woman who murders two of her husbands. And then I wrote another book called Daughter of Narcissus, which was a serious study of narcissism at the behest and the recommendation of Dr. Erica Freeman, who's one of the world's leading psychoanalysts.
And the book about the woman who murdered her husbands could never be based on anybody you know.
Actually, it was based on someone I know. It was.
I have to plead the fifth on that one then.
It was. Yes, it was.
Which philosophers have inspired you then? You said you wrote a book on philosophy.
Oh, let's not go down that route. It's going to be far too heavy for people. I will say, though, on a light, to ease off it quite lightly, I agree with Louis XVI about Rousseau. Because Louis XVI thought that Rousseau was extremely irresponsible and that his philosophies were going to cause a whole heap of trouble, which indeed they did. And I have to say I agree with Louis XVI, because Rousseau said, man is born free and everywhere he is in chains. Well, it sounds fabulous, but it's utter rubbish. Man is born helpless. Man is not born free. Man is born helpless. So the very first words are a total lie. And of course, Rousseau also was the most awful rake, didn't support his children.
He abandoned his kids, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He did,
Yeah.
So you like philosophy?
Yeah, I'm more into Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Socrates, a bit of Nietzsche.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
A bit of Nietzsche goes a long way.
So for people watching this then, who've sat here and watched this for the past almost 2 hours, is there anything you'd like to say in conclusion to the viewers, perhaps?
Well, before we say that, you didn't mention de la Rochefoucauld, the maxims of de la Rochefoucauld. Some of them are wonderful. I just point that out to you. If you like Marcus Aurelius, you like de la Rochefoucauld.
Didn't he write a book about prisons as well? Was it Foucault or was it no. Different French author? Okay.
Okay, so what do you want me to, what do I want to say to your viewers?
Yes, in conclusion, to the people who sat here for almost 2 hours.
I have enjoyed it. Thank you very much. And I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have, please tune in next time that you are on.
And I will urge people to tune into your channel, Lady C, for far more detailed information and insight on the royal stories than you're going to get in the tabloid media. And they are layered with rhetorical devices, historical quotes, and the occasional humorous metaphor or simile relating to the realm of ablutions. But if you want a good chuckle, I recommend you go over there, because I've been like listening, and then you'll throw one of these witticisms out there, and I'm just absolutely in hysterics. The way you do it in your refined manner, it's classic. So the links to Lady C's channel will be below this video, as will the link to her Amazon author page. As you've heard, there is a absolute plethora of books that can also be followed up on if you want way more information than what you've heard today. So huge thank you for watching. Let us know in the comments what you thought about the video, and huge thank you too for all the new subscribers. Thanks to Joe and James coming all the way from Essex today. Thanks to Mickey for being so quiet and giving me lots of kisses. And most of all, thanks to Lady C for being such a gracious guest. There we go.
Thank you
Cheers.
very much.
Yes. Thank you very much. Cheers.